If I asked you to think of a credit card that provides you with a wide range of perks and benefits, you would most likely think of cards like the Platinum Card by American Express, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or the Capital One Venture X Rewards credit card. Cards that have an annual fee ranging from $395 all the way up to $695. But what if I told you that you could experience some of these same benefits these premium cards offer, all without having to pay an incredibly hefty annual fee? Well, today I'll be sharing with you all my favorite no annual fee credit cards that'd be perfect in anyone's setup who wants to travel more for less or who just wants some extra cash back in their pocket. While this video will heavily focus on different credit card offerings, their strengths and weaknesses, and how to maximize value from each card, I think it's important to highlight some other key benefits that no annual fee cards can offer that might not be overwhelmingly obvious. One of the main secret benefits of these no annual fee cards has to be their potential positive impact they can have on your credit score. Now, your credit score consists of a few different factors, some being weighted heavier than others, but two of the main factors that contribute to your score are the total utilization of your credit and your length of credit history, or more simply put, how much of your available credit are you currently using and what is the average age of your open lines of credit. This is important as typically when you're applying for your next apartment, looking at getting a new vehicle, and the biggest one of all, purchasing a new home, your credit score will impact your approval odds or how expensive your loan is for these purchases. Having a higher credit score makes it easier to get approved for your next apartment or large purchase and saves you money on a loan's interest due to being able to score a lower interest rate on it. The great thing is that no annual fee positively impact both of these credit score factors if used correctly. Firstly, if your total line of credit across all of your cards is low, say $500 or $1,000, opening a new card and getting an additional $500 to $1,000 in credit could mean doubling your available credit, thus lowering your overall utilization. If you have no credit score or lines of credit, then looking into and potentially opening a secured card might be your next best step. For those unfamiliar, a secured credit card requires you to make a small deposit when opening the card, say $50 or $100, and in doing so, the bank or credit institution will give you a small line of credit, helping you start your credit journey. Your total utilization will only decrease if you're using credit cards responsibly, which means carrying a balance of less than 10% of your total credit card limit and paying off your card in full each statement. Doing this will cause your overall utilization to drop, thus having a very positive impact on your score. Additionally, by opening a no annual fee card, you can keep the card open for really as long as you want without having to pay any associated fees. The benefit of this is that it will greatly help increase your average age of accounts, a factor that has a total weight of around 15% on your credit score. And as you can see, credit agencies and lenders like when you have a long list of lines of credit in good standing, as this will help deem you more trustworthy to lend additional credit towards. Opening no annual fee credit cards can be an excellent way to help increase your average age of accounts over time, as you won't have to worry about expensive yearly fees that might entice you to close the card and the account, which would lower your average age of accounts. This metric has a limited amount of weight on your overall credit score or credit worthiness, but still it is good to know about, and it's just another potential hidden perk and benefit of opening your next no annual fee card. With those additional positive factors out of the way, we can start discussing my favorite no annual fee credit cards currently available today. There are three main types of rewards-based credit cards: cashback, point or mile earning cards, and co-branded credit cards. Each of these cards has its own benefits and drawbacks, but you really can't go wrong with any of the cards on today's list as long as you think they would fit your lifestyle and spending habits. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the first category of cards, cashback cards. Now, this is a little tricky, as for some cards like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, they advertise their rewards as cashback, as you can see, but in the fine print, they actually say that the cashback is in the form of Chase Ultimate Rewards points, which at the end of the day is a points currency. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll only be showing the credit cards that give cold hard cash back as a reward for spending and purchasing with the card. This means you'll either receive a statement credit for the cashback or, in some instances, a check in the mail. But for these cards, you won't be able to redeem your rewards directly for travel like you can with some of the other cards I'll be showing later on in the video. Instead, you would have to use these cashback savings to help fund future travel. Starting off the list of cashback cards is one of the most reputable no annual fee cashback cards out there, the Discover It card. There's a reason the Discover It card is incredibly popular in this category, and that is due to its no-frill approach to getting you cash back on your everyday purchases. The card has rotating quarterly categories. This quarter, you would earn 5% cash back on gas stations and electric charging, home improvement stores, and public transit. For all of the purchases outside of these rotating categories, you would get a flat 1% cash back, but the welcome offer on this card is rather enticing, as Discover will actually match all cash back you earn in the first year. This means, for example, that if you earned $200 in cash back during the first 12 months of card ownership, Discover would match another $200 on top, meaning you've just earned a whopping $400 in the first year of having this card open. This welcome offer effectively makes this card a 2% cash back on every purchase and up to 10% back on those rotating categories through the first year. There aren't many other benefits to this card besides no foreign transaction fees, so this card really shines in its earning categories and the impressive 2% minimum cash back on all purchases for the first year. The second pure cashback card is the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. This card's earning potential is incredibly easy to understand, as the card earns a flat 2% cash back on all spending all year round. There are no fancy rotating categories or spending limits, so that meaning you will get 2% cash back on all purchases made with this card no matter what. The card also has a welcome offer of $200 back after spending $500 within the first 3 months of opening the card. This easy to obtain welcome offer paired with the easy to implement 2% cash back makes this card an easy to recommend choice for someone looking for some simplicity within their setup. The last no annual fee cashback card we have is the Capital One Saver One Rewards credit card. Now, this is an interesting card because it earns both points and cash back depending on which Capital One card you hold. If you have just the Saver One Rewards card, all the rewards you earn on it will be cash back and you won't be able to accrue any points. However, if you hold one of Capital One's mile earning cards, you can transfer the cashback earnings from this card into Capital One miles. But for this video's sake, I'll assume you don't have any of Capital One's mile earning cards. Thus, the Saver One is a cashback card. This card has a welcome offer of $200 back after spending $500 in the first 3 months of card ownership. The welcome offer isn't where this card shines, as that would have to be its spectacular earning categories and its wide range of additional benefits that make it stand out from the rest. For its cashback earning categories, you will earn 5% cashback on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, 3% back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and grocery stores, which is a huge category within itself, and 1% on every other purchase. These are incredibly competitive cashback categories, as earning a guaranteed 3% back on grocery stores and restaurants is something pretty much everyone can take advantage of. But the benefits don't end there. This card will also cover the cost of an Uber One subscription until November 14th, 2024, and you'll get 10% back on purchases on Uber Eats or Uber. An Uber One membership is currently priced at $9.99, so this is basically an additional $120 a year in value if you frequently use Uber or already pay for this membership. The card comes with many other fantastic benefits pertaining to purchase and travel protection. This card has to be my #1 recommendation for a no annual fee cashback card, primarily due to its generous cashback categories. And with that, you all have my top 3 no annual fee cashback credit cards. Now that the cashback cards are covered, we can jump into the best no annual fee points and miles earning credit cards. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, some of these credit cards advertise the rewards as cashback, when in reality, they will issue points or miles instead. Take the Chase Freedom Unlimited, for example. This card advertises a $200 cashback welcome offer, but when we look a little closer at the terms and conditions of the card, we can see that this bonus will be given to you in the form of 20,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points, which can be redeemed for $200 cash back. The same is true for Citi cards, as they will give you Citi thank you points for the cash back you earn, as well as for earning the welcome offer. As you might have heard before, points and miles like this are what can help you unlock the world of free travel through the use of redeeming these points for various flights and hotels. Now, that's an entirely separate subject, and I'll be making a follow-up video on the best ways to redeem credit card points for travel, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss that video when it drops. The first card in this category is one that's been taking over the no annual fee category, that being the Bilt MasterCard. You might have heard of this card due to its one superpower that not a single other credit card in the world can offer, and that is the ability to earn points from paying your rent. In most situations, landlords or apartment complexes will add an additional 2 to 3% transaction fee to your rent if you decide to pay with a credit or debit card, meaning a $1,500 a month rent will have a $45 extra fee attached to it. However, the Built card is different because it allows you to pay rent with a credit card all without having to incur any of those extra fees. The benefit of this is that you get to collect tens of thousands of credit card points a year that you would have otherwise had to pass on, all while being able to set this up on auto pay so you can set it, forget it, and earn those sweet points. This card will earn a 1x on all rent spend, so a $1,500 rent payment would earn 1,500 points. This card will also earn 2x on all travel booked with the card and 3x back on any dining purchases. And anything outside those categories will earn 1x points. Additionally, on the first of each month, or rent day as Bill likes to call it, these categories aside from rent spend are doubled, meaning it becomes 2x back on every purchase, 4x on travel, and 6x points on dining. Built points are unable to be redeemed for cash back or any statement credit, but they can be transferred out to one of their many amazing travel partners. The points guy values Built points at 2 cents per point, making these some of the most valuable credit card points in the game. The amount of value that you can extract from this card that you've most likely had to pass on before because you weren't able to earn points from your rent spend makes this one of my all-time favorite no annual fee credit cards, and one I've used on my rent many times. You can check this card out and all of the cards mentioned in today's video down below in the description, and using these affiliate links down below greatly help out the channel and help me to continue to make content like this, so a huge thanks in advance. The next cards on the list are the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Chase Freedom Flex. The reason I'm recommending these together is that they're almost identical in terms of benefits and a welcome offer, but where they differ is in how they earn points in your day-to-day spend. Both of these cards offer a generous $200 welcome bonus after spending $500 in the first 3 months, and both of these bonuses will be awarded in the form of 20,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points. With these being more travel-focused cards, they offer auto collision insurance when renting a card, and trip delay insurance and purchase protection up to $500, meaning if you purchase something and it broke or became defective within 120 days of purchasing, you can file a claim with Chase. Where the cards slightly differ is in how they earn Ultimate Reward points, and as you can see by these two images, both cards are incredibly similar, but the Chase Freedom Flex has rotating 5x points quarterly categories similar to the Discover It. Every quarter, Chase unveils the categories that will be included for the Chase Freedom Flex's 5% cash back. For January through March, it was grocery stores excluding Walmart and Target, fitness clubs and gym memberships, and self-care and spa services. For April through June, it was Amazon, hotels, and restaurants. So if you know you're the type of person who wants to squeeze every little bit of value possible from your credit cards, then the Chase Freedom Flex might be the best fit for you. Whereas if you still want amazing category multipliers and a guaranteed 1.5x points back on all of the purchases, then I don't think there's any card better than the Chase Freedom Unlimited for this. You honestly can't go wrong with either of these cards, and if you end up opening a Chase Sapphire card in the future, then you will unlock the ability to pull your Chase Ultimate Reward points together and can transfer your hard-earned Ultimate Reward points out to their various travel partners, unlocking even more potential value from your Chase cards. The last two no annual fee points and miles earning cards are from Citi, and they're the Citi Double Cash and the Citi Custom Cash. Now these two are being recommended together as they're like Chase's cards, meaning they're very similar in terms of benefits and how you might redeem your points, but where they differ is in their earning multipliers for your everyday spend. Both of these cards have the same welcome offer of $200 back, which is given in the form of 20,000 Citi thank you points after spending $1,500 in the first 3 months of card ownership. The minimum spend threshold for this welcome offer is 3 times higher than that of the other no annual fee Chase cards, but don't let that deter you from considering adding these cards to your wallet. The Citi Double Cash earns 1 point per dollar when spending with the card, and you earn an additional 1 point per dollar when paying off the card, making it an excellent 2% cashback all card. Now the Citi Custom Cash works similarly to that of the Chase Freedom Flex, as it gives you 5% back on your highest spend category each billing cycle up to $500 spent. These categories include restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, select travel, select transit, select streaming services, drugstores, home improvement stores, fitness clubs, and live entertainment. Now, one differentiating factor between the two cards is that the Citi Double Cash lends you the ability to transfer out your points to Citi's wide array of travel partners. Like previously mentioned, transferring out your hard-earned points to one of Citi's many travel partners can help you earn even more value for your points. So if you're someone who spends close to or over $500 a month on any of the categories these Citi Custom Cash offers, then you would be earning 2,500 Citi thank you points per month and a whopping 30,000 points per year on just $6,000 in spend. But if you're someone whose spending varies from month to month and you wouldn't be able to maximize those categories, then this Citi Double Cash is most likely the best fit for you. And with that, we have wrapped up the best cashback no annual fee cards, as well as the best choices for your standard point and mile earning rewards credit cards. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the selection of no annual fee airlines credit cards is pretty poor in terms of their welcome offers and the value they give. However, in the sake of fairness, I'll go ahead and show on screen a general overview of a few no annual fee cards that might be beneficial to you if you're super loyal to one particular airline. As you can see, their earnings and their benefits are quite underwhelming, especially when you compare them to that of the hotel co-branded credit cards, which just might knock off your socks in terms of their potential to get you a ton of value back on the next hotel you book. Each of the following co-branded hotel cards will have their own unique superpower that I think is incredibly valuable, given that these cards, again, have no annual fee. The first card on the list is the Marriott Bonvoy Bold. This card has the weakest welcome offer of the three that I'll be showing, coming in at 30,000 Marriott points after spending $1,000 on this card in the first 3 months, or equivalent to around $150 to $200 in value. But where this card truly shines is in the fact that it gives you 15 Elite Night credits each year, which automatically gives you Silver Elite status. This status in itself isn't all that powerful, but it does give you a guaranteed 2 p.m. late checkout and free Wi-Fi for all of your Marriott stays. The reason the 15 Elite Night credits are so powerful is because this puts you at more than 50% of the way to reaching the Gold Elite status, which has some truly awesome perks. If you stay more than 10 nights a year at a Marriott, then by opening this card, you would be securing a Gold Elite status with only a fraction of the nights required. And again, all for free. You'll earn up to 14 points per dollar at hotels participating in the Marriott Bonvoy program, 2x points per dollar on other travel purchases, and 1x points on all other spend. Due to Marriott points being worth considerably less than Chase or Citi points, it's best to really only use this card on Marriott stays or to hit the welcome offer, in my opinion. The next card on the list with its own unique superpower is the Hilton Honors American Express credit card. The superpower in question for this card is its welcome offer value in relation to the minimum spend required to achieve it. You'll receive 80,000 Hilton Honors points after spending $2,000 within the first 6 months. With Hilton Honors points being valued at a conservative 0.5 cents per point, these 80,000 points are worth about $400 in hotel stays at Hilton properties. As far as its point multipliers, the Hilton Amex earns 7x points per dollar on Hilton purchases, 5x points on US restaurants, supermarkets, and gas stations, and 3x points on all other eligible purchases. You'll also receive a complimentary Hilton Honors Silver status, which include these perks, and my favorite, the ability to earn a 5th night free on any stay booked using points. To give a quick example, if you were to book a 4-night stay using Hilton Honor points, they would give you the 5th night for completely free. Yeah, it's that insane. Even as someone who isn't a diehard Hilton loyalist, it's hard not to want to have this as a keeper card in my own setup later on down the line due to the impressive value you can achieve from it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's all led to this, the final recommendation for the best no annual fee credit cards currently available to you today. Rounding out the list is one of my favorite recent discoveries, and quite possibly the card that will provide you the single most value of any card on this list from its welcome offer, and that card in question is the IHG One Rewards Traveler card. This credit card has not only a very generous welcome offer, but it also has a perk that no other major hotel chain has within the United States, and that is the ability to get the 4th night free when booking with points. I'll go ahead and show you a fantastic example in just a second of how you can get over $700 in value from the welcome offer alone. But speaking of the welcome offer, you will earn 80,000 IHG points after spending $2,000 in the first 3 months. After just a few moments of browsing, I was able to find an example of you being able to book a $706 stay using the points accrued from the spend needed to earn the welcome offer. The stay in question is 4 nights at Voco Times Square, New York City. These 4 particular nights would cost you a little over $700 if you paid in cash, or it could be entirely free with points. This stay will cost only 72,000 IHG for those same 4 nights, which is a phenomenal value. You now know that IHG points can be redeemed for excellent value, but how do you actually earn these points outside of the the welcome offer. You will earn up to 17x points per dollar at IHG hotels, 3x points at gas stations, monthly bills, and restaurants, and 2x points on all the purchases. This is one of the few co-branded credit cards wherein putting your everyday spend on the card can still result in good value. On top of its decent earning potential, you'll also receive IHG Rewards Silver Elite status upon opening the card. The benefits of Silver Elite status aren't amazing as it's IHG lowest tier, but it still offers some benefits that you're ultimately getting for free. For all those reasons, the IHG Rewards One card is my favorite no annual fee co-branded card. Well, folks, that completes the list of my favorite and what I believe to be the best no annual fee cards out there to provide maximum value. Again, if you're interested in signing up for any of these cards or you want to learn more, you can head down to my website down below in the description. And if you made it to the end of my first video, well, I greatly appreciate you and I hope I was able to provide you with some value. If I did, subscribing to the channel would be much appreciated. Thanks so much for watching today's video and I'll catch you guys in the next one.